Nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Shiest Bubz, Mr. Key. Welcome to the Smokers Club, Heavy Smoke. Today I got a very special invited guest, all the way from the Bay. My man LB, what's good?
Jokes up, you know what's going on.
Jokes up.
You
LB
heard?
Runtz, you already know what it is. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people out there, you know what I'm saying? Now that cannabis is legalized from coast to coast, from California to New York, everyone wants to get into the cannabis game. Everyone wants to build a brand. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm Shiest Bubz, Mr. Key. And I got to give my hats off to you because pre-COVID, you just been turning up. Been out here with the Runs brand, turning up crazy. You got your own brand, Jokes Up. And I mean, how did all of that come about, man?
So, shout out to the Smokers Club, you know what I'm saying?
You already know.
Shiest Bubz, Smoke Dizzer, Johnny. You know, so the whole run shop, I love weed.
Right.
I've been around weed. I've been smoking since 12 years old.
Right.
Feel me?
You 12-year-olds, you stay away.
Yeah, stay away. I'm not hyping. I got kids, so you know, so
Right.
like it was just that was the shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't too much on smoking cigarettes, none of that, or drinking. It was bud. Bud caught me on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm originally from Long Beach, California. I moved to the Bay in like 03, 04. Linked up with like Jacka. Rest in peace to Jacka. Of Mob
That's
Figgaz.
my man.
That's my ock, you know what I'm saying?
Rest in
Long
peace to Jacka.
For
know what I'm
real.
saying?
For real. That's really that's where I, you know what I'm saying?
That's that's my guy.
Yeah, that's where I got the whole shit from, the blueprint, everything.
Okay.
Like Jack was the nig. So we used to always go to Jack House. You feel me? As far as like how it is everywhere. We called it the mini mansion.
Right.
I met him in like 08.
Because he was doing music at the time.
Yeah, he was the nig.
He was lit.
He was Mob Figgaz. You know what I'm saying? He already did his shit. He had a few label deals on the table, but he was so independent that he was like, for what? I'm making my 30, 40, 50,000 independent every time he dropped.
And that's definitely what them deals was back in the days. 30, 25.
He was doing that every
time. 100, 150.
So then they just say even if on a bad day, 15, 20,000, but they dropping 5 to 10, in between 5 to 10 records a year in the Bay.
Right.
When they got their own circuit, you feel me? So when I met Jacka, I met Burner. Then I started running around.
What year was that?
09.
2009.
2010.
That's the same time I met Burner and the Jacka. I met them on the same day. 2009, documented, Jordan Tower.
Yeah, I remember that shit too. That was crazy. I was a young bull that was around, but I was always going in and out of jail.
Heard you.
So I was never making it to the events, to the interviews, to the shows. Nah, I was the one fucking off. You feel me?
So how did you get to the Runts? How did that?
Because I was Burner. Jack was always the weed. He was always he was smoking haze, piff.
He was smoking everything.
Anything with weed.
He was all around because he was traveling around.
Was knowing
so he knew
everything
the vibe.
about weed.
That's a fact.
Feel me? He was the one that taught us about the jackhammer. That's what I'm saying. Like he was teaching us about the whole weed shit. And he met Burner. You feel me? Well, he already knew Burner, but then him and Burner linked up and did an album together. So Burner, we started seeing him. That's when Cookies became it. But at the time, Burner was a bud tender at the Cannabis Club.
Heard you. At the Green Door.
No, before that, at some other spot over there on Ocean or some shit, some other spot.
Right.
But he was a bud tender there. And we used to go over there, and Jacka would go over there, get all the weed from him. We'd go to the studio, we'd be mobbing around. And Jacka, anytime like Freeway, any rappers that came to the Bay, Jacka took him around. So Burner was one of the spots because he was a dispensary. He was where the bud was at as far as to show these folks dispensary, go to the store, get your cannabis, get a receipt for it. We ain't got to go to the trap house. The trap house was something that was always done. You can go to the trap house across America. You feel me? But to see a dispensary, that was mind-blowing to niggas in the
It sure
street.
was. Because it was like, this is like the legal shit.
So Jacka was doing that, was taking them around. So Jacka knew all the growers, feel me? Like Serious Strains, you feel me? Rest in peace, Serious Strains. Like crazy, you know what I'm saying? Literally had Blue Ivy, had strains way before it was it. And Burner was that vibe. We was the young bulls around. And Burner started Cookies at that time. Jacka passed away in 2014. Got killed. I never seen Burner until it was the funeral. I met Burner's little bro, Ray Bama, and running around in the streets all over. You feel me? We was trapping. You know how it was. We was moving around, and I ran into Ray Bama. And Ray Bama was like, "Burn my bro," and I'm like, "All right, whatever." You feel me? Burn know me, but never would bring me around. And at the time of the funeral, he seen me. We linked up, and it was over after that. You feel me? He was like, "Well, let's exchange
Tapped
numbers,"
in.
because it was more like I was the closest thing to Burner as far as with Jacka. You feel me? Because Burner Burner wouldn't fuck with anybody in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? He would not fuck with nobody in the Bay, actually. Like, it was hard for you to get in the session or just chill, be around Burn. You
Heard
feel
you.
me? So when I made it to the funeral, we linked up. That's when me and Burn linked up. And then Ray started bringing me around, and it eased up Burner because I was always with Ray, and Ray was his little bro. You feel
Right.
me? So it was like, oh, and Ray was like, "What? LB hella cool. He ain't like everybody else." You feel me? He's like, he an islander. You feel me? He Tongan, woo woo, like he like me, because Ray Bama's Fijian.
Heard
You
you.
feel me? So we was all from we from the South Pacific, so we already clicked. So with that, it was just like Burner felt like he didn't have to have his guard up. You feel me? And at the time, it was me and Ski Mask running around. We was
And he
running.
was elevating their success at that
Yeah,
time.
he was going crazy with Cookies, going on tour.
Right.
He was Cookie fan, and we was Cookie boys. Me, Ray, Ski Mask, Guy Holly. We started the Cookie Boy because we was from the streets. So like, man, we them boys. You feel me? So we was like,
Right.
man, we ain't the Cookie fan. We don't want to take away from that. We the Cookie boys. So we ran with that. We the street team.
Right.
You feel me? Y'all the behind the scenes. We the street team. And that was missing. You feel me? So with that, we went on tour with Burn and all type of shit. And then I even went on tour with my nigga Anonymous. You feel me?
Right.
Shout out to
Shouts to
Anonymous, you
Anonymous.
feel me? For real. Like, no days off. He was one of the dudes that took me on the road. Ray Bama linked me up with that tour. It was only 15 to 20 people in every crowd. God, right?
Put that work in.
But it wasn't even about that. It was more like me. I'm like, I'm from the South Pacific. I ain't got no family across these states. You know, I'm a fan of this trap world. I'm a fan of Big
culture.
Meech, free
Right.
Big Meech.
Right.
Feel me? So I'm watching I'm reading magazines with Murder Inc. You feel me? Like, I'm reading documentaries of the top kingpins and all type of shit. Why the fuck did they fuck up? And like, I'm just being intrigued into it.
Right.
So it wasn't like I'm planning myself to be the weed or anything weed. Hell no. I'm just around trap shit. You feel me?
Mhm.
I was around syrup, pills, everything. Weed was just the shit that stuck with me. Like, all right, I ain't getting time for this. I could run with this. I see niggas getting washed over all type of shit. You feel me? Like, I'm like, hell no, I'm cool. I ain't got to do it myself. I'm gonna learn from y'all. So with time, like Ray, you feel me, kept me. That's when we linked up with Burner. So, and time went by. I was on tour, all the whole nine, and then I went on tour with Playboy Cardi.
What year was that?
2018, 17.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, before COVID.
Right.
I was on tour. First it was Anonymous, I was on tour. Then I went on tour with Burner. Then after I went on tour with Playboy Cardi. I went all 3 tours.
That tour changed your life?
That tour for sure changed my life.
What changed? What happened on that tour that changed your life?
I was able to be, it showed me marketing and branding. And I didn't know I was doing none of that.
Right. You thought you were just living your
I
life.
was just outside like, bruh, you feel me? I'm the nigga on the road with the flavor. I was just doing regular shit, what we do. Literally. But I knew, as far as even watching, I'm a fan of culture. You feel me? I'm a fan of hip hop. So watching you, watching Cam, watching everybody, and watching Diddy, watching everybody investing into merchandise, I started thinking like, what? Branding. That's why, man, I'm about to put our own. We need to put Runtz. We need to. I was already printing up T-shirts. I already had my cousin, rest in peace, Keep It Lit Records, Lil Bo. We had a warehouse in Sacramento. We bought a machine. You feel me? It had a six printer machine, printing up our own T-shirts. I printed up 10,000 T-shirts before I even thought about a strain.
Heard you. You was doing merch first.
Merch before anything. I was printing up our own hoodies, Young LB shirts. You know what I'm saying? Passing this shit, not selling it to my cousins, passing the shit out, all the shit. Then it went to T-Kill T-shirts, Keep It Lit Records. Like, the merch shit been me. Like, I've been around printing my own T-shirts, literally printing this bitch up.
Well, you a fly nigga.
Me? So
that explains it all.
No, but then I started understanding as far as cutting the costs.
Right.
You feel me? Like, while I'm going into
Building
the
a brand.
stores, you know, I'm like, why the fuck is these bitches so high? And then I'm going to these certain places like downtown. I'm going to places where you can find wholesales and things at certain prices. Like, what? It's the same fabric. What the fuck? What?
Nah, I'm making my own shit.
And it was over after that. You feel me? So I just started understanding being an entrepreneur, hustling, you know? So with the run shit and all this shit, I never knew nothing about it. I was just hustling weed. You feel me? On tour. And the first tour was just me opening up. And I mean, I wasn't even opening up. And I do music too. That was another tour. I was doing music before even the weed shit kicked off. I was doing fashion shit and music shit way before the weed on some like Runtz or anything cookies. Literally, you feel me?
So when you started doing Runtz, you started doing it with Ray Bama.
Runtz was with me and Ray. Yeah.
You and Ray.
I was on tour just selling weed, and then the second tour, Ray was like, "Bro, I got us a strain," and I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" You feel me? And he was just like, "Nah, I got us a strain." You feel me? And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "No, for real."
What year was this?
2017, 18, the end of it. I remember it was raining. I came off tour. I was already making money. I wasn't tripping. But I'm like, why are we branding somebody else? If we had our own strain out, we'd be lit.
Right.
Because there wasn't nothing towards cookies or nothing like that. We were just so much we entrepreneurs. So it was like we didn't get no equity and no companies in us. So we started understanding that. The business side, like, damn, we pushing this, pushing that. That's what I'm saying. We were still loyal. I got it tatted on me. You know what I'm saying? I got cookie chains and shit. Like Burn, shout out to Burn. You feel me? That's family.
I
for
got
real.
diplomats tatted on me.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
So
saying?
like the loyalty is there, but it was just more of us getting our own bag. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. It was just more of me, like, shit was getting presented to her. It was like, oh shit, you could do this. And I'm like, shit, why not? I'm still cookies, I'm still Runtz, it's like I'm Smokers Club, I'm Purple Invader. I was always thinking of a team player. I was never thinking like, shit, if I go do this, I'm gonna just take away from that. Now we just gonna all support each other. We're gonna spread the money around. You feel
It's
me?
weed. That's what it's
That's what
supposed
I'm
to be.
saying. So with that, it was never me looking at it like, ooh, I'm taking away or I'm doing, nah, hell no, we just doing Runtz. You feel me? And Ray, when he brought it to me, he didn't even think of it. He was just, Ray's a hustler. So when he brought it to the table, I remember it was me, him, and Marco. We drove up there in Oakland Hills to go pick up a fresh batch. And we're like, what the fuck is this, bro? And it was tasting just like candy. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, what is it? You feel me? And I'm like, these are the crosses that they told me. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, we can't call it this. You feel me? Like,
What were the crosses?
gelato and Skittles.
Gelato and Skittles.
But they were trying to call it purple Skittles at the time. And I'm like, we can't do that. You feel me? Like, that's like,
That's
you
conflict.
feel me? That's conflict of interest. You feel me? And it wasn't nothing towards Fields or nothing towards the Skittle or none of that. You feel me? It was just more like, it was us to build a name. You feel me? Because I wanted to do it to where we didn't have no type of help. Our thing was like, nah, we about to get it out the mud. I'm about to show people. You feel me? Like, I know, because when I was doing it on the road, I didn't know what I was doing until I got home.
Right.
My Instagram shit shot up.
Off the Runtz.
Off the Runtz, off the road.
So what you did? You just posted the weed?
Nah, hell no. I was just on the road touring. I was
So when you was promoting in the beginning, how was you promoting in jars?
packaging. Yeah, the jars was the first ones.
The jars.
We did it in jars, but it had candies on the jars. And that's when Runtz, Nestle and them came at us with a cease and desist.
Yeah, how did that work out?
Shit, you see we changed up the logo and all that shit.
So y'all passed that part already.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Did you ever think that, Runtz would be as big as it is now?
I don't even think it's big yet.
You don't?
Hell no.
Well, I mean, it got strain of the year 2 times in a row.
Three.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't even think it's big yet because I feel like
and it's a household. I feel like it's a household name.
In
the hip hop community,
just to get that stand from you because you're a real certified stoner chiefer. That's a blessing. But to me,
when Runtz first came out,
because remember I told you when it was just downstairs, I even asked some white folks about it, and they ain't know.
They ain't know. They're not real smokers.
You crazy as hell. He was a stoner. He was a real hippie. Like he smokes out of bombs.
But you know what though? One thing about real stoners,
and he barely knew about.
And LB, you know this. Real stoners, the real stoners, like shaman stoners, like the stoners, they don't really care about no brands. That's not what the stoners.
No, but that's the weed culture never cared about.
Did they ever smoke that weed though?
No,
See,
they wouldn't know. They probably did, but they didn't know. There's so much of Runtz going around and so many different lemon cherries and different type of cuts of it. It's like they wouldn't know. Right. And that's what I was even saying, even with us even taking this, is like the people that never smoked real Runtz, but they smoked it coming out from somebody's packaging.
Right.
So they think that that's they brand, but it's really Runtz. So it fucked them up. You get what I'm saying?
So what do you say to people who be like, "Oh, Runtz is just gelato"?
Shit, it is a gelato. It's a gelato with Skittles.
But is it just gelato?
And it's not just a gelato.
See,
but we damn near knocked out gelato.
Yeah,
Niggas don't even just niggas just don't even want gelatos.
It's a fact.
Like it gotta be crossed with something. You feel what I'm saying? Even if it ain't Skittles, it just gotta be crossed with something. Like it ain't no more gelato 25. There ain't no more gelato 33s. There ain't no more gelato 41. But 41 is it. Ain't no more of that. We fucked up the whole gelato, and we love gelato.
We fucked it up by crossbreeding it.
Yeah, but as far as with that, because now people is not wanting just a dominant like taste, as far as just like they want that candy taste, they want flavor. And gelato's not just gonna give you that.
It's gonna give you a little bit of dessert.
Yeah, you feel me? But they want
the candy shot.
what the fuck is that? Oh shit.
That's what they all.
And then it's gonna be the first thing that's gonna come to their brain is the packaging that they got it out of. But it was real deal Runtz.
What makes a brand real and what makes a brand fake?
Every brand is real. You feel me?
See?
Every brand is real. Even the bootleggers is real, because without them, it wouldn't be us.
See?
Every brand is real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't knock any brand.
So right now, it seems like,
shout out to everybody doing this shit. I don't knock
right.
We talking about $100 billion
How many brands are under the Jokes? Because you also have Jokes Up.
Jokes Up.
Which evolved from Runtz.
Yes.
Right? How did that come about?
You want to know the real story?
Yeah, we want to know the real story. LB.
So, right, they try to cut me out the Runtz deal.
Yeah?
Jokes Up.
What you mean? How?
Because I was...
Ray Bama?
That's what I ain't going to get to. But they know who they are.
The owners.
You feel me? Some players at the table.
Okay.
They try to cut me out to play. How you gonna cut me out to play? I'm the spokesmanship. I'm the face of it. I'm the one running around. I was the one that took the risk. I'm the one that did the whole 9 yards. My partner sat back and just waited at home with their families.
While you was doing
and I was the one shaking the dice.
The social equity of it.
I was the one, you feel me?
Right.
Few one threw a few dollars on the road, but what is that as far as with me putting my face out there? So when they sat down and tried to do the deal, the world was looking at me. But they was the one that capitalized the back end on the business. I didn't know none of that. That's like a nigga going to sign a deal without looking at the contract.
So that was the big deal.
You feel me?
That was the big deal, though.
That was the big deal.
Right. So that deal...
But the deal never went down because at the end of the day, how you going to talk and even anything without me being involved? So they had to cut me in. They had to double back.
Right.
So by the time they double back, I'm already starting.
Making your own play.
Jokes Up became, it was the birth. But Jokes Up was already a saying that we was already doing in the Bay. That's just what we saying. It's just what we doing. You feel me? When he capped, man, Jokes Up. So
under Jokes Up, there's many different brands. Because what you've been able to do is you've been able to, we was the infrastructure, a whole like foundation that people could stand on. How many brands are under Jokes Up? Over 50. Over 50. Fire. Over 50. And you want to know the main ones? Yes. Main ones that we ever sat down with. This is a partner we did with. HP Farm. HP Farms. Shark Lotto. Zowers. Rest in peace to my brother, Cookie Boy B. B more. Gumbo. Luca. Yep. Shout out to Luca going crazy. What else? Big Apples. Big Apples, Obligated CEO. Pay Genetics.
We got Capri. We got Unique Puffs. We even got the First Lady Princess Cut.
Certs.
Certs.
They was like the first.
Narrows Cut. Frosties.
That was like the first brand that brought you over here. Like
It was the first brand that brought me out here.
shout out to Certs.
Shout out to the whole Certs family, New York Pottery. You know, they for real, like they brought me out here, and it was a crazy. And this shit was many. It wasn't even crazy. It was many. Never seen nothing like it.
Fire.
I feel like what?
Welcome to New York City.
That's when, you feel me, my young boy, they say nowadays, that's when it made me realize I was a strange star. I wasn't a rap star.
Right.
I never knew that.
I always tell you that, man.
Like
you part of a upper echelon.
But I never knew it because I'm just so humble and genuine. I don't never get, man, I don't care about none of that stupid ass shit. I'm cooling. Roll up some weed. Let's smoke.
Right.
Eat some good ass food.
That's what we always did.
You feel me? So like the whole like fame and all this shit was never like the shit that as far as what it was, but I was always outside. I was a marketing person. You feel me? I was a billboard. I was the face of it. So it just became to where it was just like people gravitate to it, you know? But as far as like the strength, like the brands as well, it's a lot of them. Like
so with the strains, right?
Brands.
With the brands.
Yeah, brands.
So my thing is like, you know how people be like strands, right? And I'd be like, that's not a word in cannabis, strands. That's you mispronouncing it.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to say a bunch of strains, but a strain is a strain.
Yeah.
Right? But with the culture shifting, we're gonna introduce a new word, which is strand, which is strain and a brand put together.
But they get that too, right? Because if you look at a strand of a hair, it's the genetics.
Right.
That's why they.
But it's weed though.
No, yeah, but it's weed.
Yeah, they thinking.
So they're not doing it. But now what you saying is more. Now we birthing the word now.
We birthing the word right here, right now on
right
Heavy
now.
Smoke.
Strand.
A strain
Is a
times
strain
a brand.
A brand.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm not gonna lie. You are like your hierarchy of that. You know what I'm saying? Because not only have you done your brand, but you made the opportunity for the culture to see the vision and either be a part of it or do their own thing. Because everybody got brands out here now.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I was never knocking this. Just like, because I even was, like I said, like, you know, it's about music, fashion, art. So I'm a student of the game of music, and I even was watching record labels and all this, and I never wanted to be in a contract where it was a fucked up deal. So I was just even looking at that with the whole contract, even with me sitting down with brands. It was like, I'm not sitting down with you trying to have a fucked up deal. You feel me? Like, it's other teams you could play for. You ain't got to play for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's other playbooks you can run by. Everybody you could sit down with whoever. I was never hating on it because I started understanding and seeing it was $100 billion industry. I ain't the only one trying to get that beat. You feel me? So it was like, why? And then if my partner could get it, shit, he might share the game with me.
Facts.
So if we could get him to get it there or get me to get it there, you know what I'm saying? So, and then they says to each one teach one. I was always say each one teach 10. Feel me? Like, nah, like Jacka used to always say about the weed shit, get that shit away. That shit grow in our backyard.
You know, back in the days, if you had 100 people with you, right, and you go to the record label, 100 is a lot.
Yeah.
You damn near getting a deal. So you having 50 families under your belt, you know what I'm saying, with brands and things of that nature, and people going hard for Jokes Up.
Yeah.
You know, because I hear the music, I see the lifestyle, watch Instagram, the clothing, the merch is going crazy, Runtz, Jokes Up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's the next step for this? Like, what's the next step for the whole movement? Like, where do they go? Because you got the whole movement already. You know what I'm saying? 50 families, that's about, you know,
well, we opening
20
like,
people a family. That's a quick 1,000 right there. You know what I'm saying?
But that's another thing too. It's just like when you're looking at Pepsi and they got all them brands under Pepsi, where you think they went? You know, they started investing.
So are you looking for, like, you know, sometimes people build brands, right? And they build them, and the mission is to get more money.
Yeah.
So they like, we're gonna
Actually
build
just to open more doors and open opportunities and self-made bosses. That's it.
So right now you got the weed game looking beautiful. How does
we got the weed game because it's not just me.
No, the whole team. The whole team.
All of us, even with you, like I said, like it's us. That's the thing. It's like it's always a us thing with me. I never always say I unless we winning. Like it's always us. It's always we. It's us. Like I never take self credit on. Hell no, I'll kick the ball. You feel me?
Yeah.
But the ball got to kick back somehow. So I'm not kicking it to the wall.
You know, this is just basically, you know, when it comes to you, it's about positioning.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes everyone could play the game, but if niggas don't know the game,
yeah,
then there's no game to play.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, from being a person of, you know, I've been in the game for 20 years in their face as far as like promoting the cannabis. So I seen the ups, the downs, where everyone started, you know, wanting to be part of it. You know what I'm saying? As it legalized in California, that was the first place it legalized.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In our eyes, where we like Denver really,
Yeah.
but California was like,
The Amsterdam.
it's like, oh, we don't got to go to Amsterdam.
Yeah, exactly.
California got better weed than Amsterdam, as a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? If you go to Amsterdam, you might as well. Burn was like, yo, 10 years ago, like, oh, you go to Amsterdam, make sure you mail your weed
Yeah.
so you can smoke good, because you don't want to smoke their shit. You're going to be
for
mad.
sure. No, hell no. But now it's like everywhere is getting good weed somehow, some way. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, now you can land places and they're starting to have that good product there because they even know that product control is it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, even if you're going, that's the thing with us too, is starting to figure out, I'm sitting down with C Junk and we're sitting down and we got some big shit on the table and they started teaching me about tissue culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the same Pepsi you drink out here in California is gonna be the same Pepsi you drink in New York. We want the same shit for the bud.
Right.
You know?
Everywhere.
So now that it's getting legalized in certain places, we starting to understand how we can get it to these certain places legally, you know, and start nurseries and manufacturing cultivations to where it start generating that. And like New York just became legal. You feel me? It's only certain few people that got license that's gonna be able to have cultivation.
That's a fact.
And you only one person, one license per name. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be hard as fuck
See?
if you ain't building a team
Tell
because
'em.
everybody want to do their own shit.
Tell them.
So like, there's so many people in the industry.
And
That's
you
like
come
you
from
said,
you come from a market where it's been legalized.
been legal. So we still trying to figure out. I've been in the shit. It's been legal there for 20 years, and I ain't got a store, but I got a delivery service we're working on, and we're working on a dispensary. You know, but it's not easy.
The brand is in dispensary.
Yeah, you can have money all you want.
Right.
That don't mean shit. If you ain't got them licenses and the people you locked in with to where you can make it shake, man, all that money don't mean nothing. You feel me?
So all you people out there trying to get in the cannabis game, just know that it's not just, oh, I want a dispensary and I could run a business and I'm in. People don't know about the thefts. They don't know. It's a lot of things that come with running a legal business.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And empowering the whole team to win on that aspect.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is New York, like it's legal here now.
Yeah.
So people they trying to get in any which way they can.
Every way.
They trying to make bags.
I was supposed to be here 4 days. I've been here 4 weeks. Cause I just been sitting down with different meetings and different things and mentoring shit as far as even teaching people the one-on-one part of it. You feel me? The business, like the basic shit.
The
You feel me?
ABC part of
You know what I'm
it.
saying? So now it's like, it's a blessing to even have some people at the round table that's even believing, not even just in the cannabis shit, even believing in Jokes Up. Because now it's a few players that's at the round table, you know, that's like kicking in for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's dope as hell. It's dope because I even went to travel like Jersey and they got some things out there, you know, like crazy. And it's crazy even New York. Y'all got places out here where y'all selling cannabis out of certain stores. And I'm like, hell. Y'all smoking in certain places.
I guess it's the gray area and people just, but you know, how you start a business, right? How are you supposed to technically start a business, right? And they tell you, yo, you can sell weed, but you don't got nowhere to sell it. You don't know how to sell it. You're just gonna open up, right? I guess.
I don't know.
It's kind of many.
That's many. Just to open up, because I'm even walking down Times Square.
Tell them about the word many, man.
Many. It's just like beyond crazy. It's like abbreviated for maniac, right? But it's just like a word, like it's beyond crazy. Like, damn, that's many. Like, you would never think that was gonna ever happen.
Yo, bro, they
like
got people setting up little tables out in the street.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Selling weed. Shit is nuts right now.
That's many.
know what I'm saying?
Like you
And
walking and
I've
they just
been
like
pretty
this.
bold with
And
my
the
shit.
crazy part, right? They got runs. You feel me? They over there selling the fake runs and all that. They got the packaging like, I got the marijuana, woo woo. And I'm like, this shit is painy, bro.
Like, you got my brand on the table?
And I can't even hate on it. What am I supposed to do? Knock the hustle?
No. You gotta go take a picture.
I told him, I said, bro, you need to get the runs duffel bag and pull it out the duffel bag so your shit look legit. You feel me?
Go spend some
You know what I'm
money.
saying? He was like, for real, where I get the duffel bag from Runtz.com. He was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna order one. I'm like, yeah, get your clothes from all the shit. They shit raw. He literally went and got him probably a whole duffel in the
Why
backpack.
wouldn't he? He's trying to get that pack off.
That shit, man.
Shitting me?
What? Like the whole transition on this run shit is crazy.
So where do you see the game going in the next 5 years?
5 years?
5 years. It's kind of far away from right now. Shit changing 2.2 seconds, man.
I don't know. It's gonna be starting to get legal in more places. But
They talking about nationally, federally
5
legalizing
years.
it.
It's still gonna take longer than 5 years, though. It's gonna take way longer than 5 years, still. But as far as I think it's still gonna be the same shit. They ain't gonna be able to finalize all this shit within 5 years. That's 50 states.
Yeah.
Every state got their own law. And then it gotta be a federal shit to where everybody agree on one law. Like, all right, this is what we can do.
It's kind of many.
Man, jokes up. This is what we doing. You feel when y'all, but by the time y'all figure it out, we up a B on y'all. What? Y'all think we finna sit around and no. We finna do our own. Yeah, we got merch, we got events, we had Runtz Basil this weekend. Yeah, we got Rolling Louds, we got all time. We ain't finna stop and wait for y'all.
Never stop.
You feel me? So hell no, jokes up. But we working on shit though. I got some shit in the works. I got some shit in the works.
That's what's up,
For
man.
real.
But yo, LB, this is Heavy Smoke.
Heavy Smoke.
You already know what it is,
You know
man.
what time it is, jokes up.
Shout outs to everybody tuning in right now. This is Smokers Club. You already know. Never joking,
Smokers
always
Club,
smoking.
man.
Shiest Bubz, Young LB.
You heard?
Kiki.
Jokes up.